Ladies and gentlemen, the show we've all been waiting for, Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present REP Paranormal and Friends with your hosts, Kim Purvis and Allison Robinson. Live every Thursday night on Spreaker, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. Be sure to check out their Facebook page, REP Paranormal Busters.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could all join us. We have our guest tonight, Sarah Stream. And would you like to tell something about yourself to everybody that doesn't know you?
Sure. I am a paranormal investigator and photographer, and I live on the western side of Iowa. I'm one of the co-founders of the team Paranormania.
Cool. I've been following you on Facebook there, and your trip this last week or so looked very interesting.
It was so much fun. We had a blast. We spent a week out east.
Yeah.
So we went to Gettysburg.
Oh, I want to go there so bad.
And oh my gosh, it was amazing. And you know, the whole time we were out there, it was raining. We drove in the same storm the whole way from Iowa all the way to Pennsylvania. Drove in the same storm. Rained the whole time we were out there. But while we were at Gettysburg, it was kind of nice because there weren't thousands of other tourists out on the battlefield. So, you know, There were a few people, but it was pretty quiet. So we got to do a little bit of there. And then we headed up to Pennhurst Asylum and did an investigation. And I tell you, that place, you have to go experience it for yourself. It is amazing.
Oh, that's on my bucket list.
Yeah, it's nice. Then after Pennhurst, we went up into New York to Wildwood Sanitarium and Hinsdale House to end the week.
Ooh. Yes, I wanna ask you a question before we go back to those other places to talk about them.
Sure.
What was it like to sleep in the Hinsdale house?
I actually slept very well. But I guess for those people that follow me know that I'm not afraid of really anything out there. You know, I want to experience it. My curiosity always overrides my fear. So I slept like a baby in Mary's room at the Hinsdale house. My teammate Rob didn't sleep so well. He was sleeping on the couch downstairs, and he got woken up from a dream of a shadow man standing over him. Ooh. So, yeah, he was very glad to leave.
So what kind of stuff did you find while you were at the Hinsdale house? Anything interesting?
Yeah. You know, we weren't even there for 20 minutes and there were already footsteps upstairs. We heard a door slamming on its own. We had the REM pod set up in Mary's room on the bed, just set it up with the DVR camera going on it, and it would go off just randomly on its own. Just like she was like, "Hey, I'm here."
Just letting you know.
Yep. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew I was here. So, there was a lot of activity. I want to spend a lot more time there.
Yeah.
I would love to spend a whole week there and, camp out and do a week-long investigation and some long-term research. It would be amazing.
Oh, that would be very interesting. Yes.
Yeah.
Because, like most places, you can't get them to come out on command, but everybody I've talked to that's been to the Hinsdale House, they're never disappointed.
Yeah. I'll say, I know everyone probably gets sick of me talking about Malvern Manor, but Malvern Manor is one of the most active places that I've ever been to. There's always something going on there, and Hinsdale definitely was right up there with Malvern as far as just activity all the time.
Now, see, Malvern, I can sleep in. Edinburgh, I'm up all the time because I can't sleep there. But I can sleep in Malvern, no problem.
Really?
Even with the people.
Yeah.
The last time I was there, something was tugging on my sleeping bag, but I said, "Leave me alone. I'm tired," and it left me alone, and off I went back to sleep.
Yep.
I love Malvern. We're going there Saturday.
Like they're like, yeah, it's a great place. I love it.
Oh, it is.
I'm sure people get sick of me talking about it, but it's my home away from home.
Well, Farrar's my home away from home because it's so close, because we go there all the time, but I love Malvern. Love going there. Yeah, we're going with Moth this weekend.
That'll be fun. Tell them I said hi.
Yeah, they're going to join us.
They're good guys.
Oh, definitely. And when I met you, you were at the Manila Schoolhouse.
That's right.
First time I met you, and then I saw you again at Farrar at the Halloween bash.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever find anything going on at Manila?
I had a couple just random personal experiences. We've had meters go off and stuff like that there, which, who knows? Out of all of the places I've ever been, that was one of the more quiet places.
Yeah, it was for us.
But who knows? It could have been the school. It could be just some transient thing that's passing by. Who knows?
Like I said, you can't get them to come out on command, but
right.
And with so many people there for the Paracon too, they probably just. But when we stayed overnight, the only thing we caught was a stick figure in the auditorium on the SLS camera. But other than that, the whole school was quiet for us. We didn't catch nothing else.
I did get a really funny EVP from, I think, the second or third floor. There was the one classroom that everyone said was always so active. I can't remember what room number it is. I want to say 212.
212.
202? Okay.
202.
Okay. Yeah. And this wasn't Paracon. This was, I had spent the night there a couple times before that, so I'd investigated it more than once. But the very first night we spent there, we got an EVP up there. One of my friends and I, you always catch the weirdest evidence when you're not even trying to.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about something funny, and she laughed and snorted, and we started talking about animal noises, and I snorted like a pig. I went, and you can hear something snorting back at me on the digital recorder, like it was making a pig noise. So I thought it was pretty funny.
Oh, definitely.
Which makes sense for like a high school classroom.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Having fun and.
Yeah. We found we get more evidence with us ignoring them and talking than when we're asking them questions, because they don't like to be ignored.
Right.
Especially at Farrar. They hate it when you ignore them. Then that's when we get more action.
Yeah.
At Wildwood Sanatorium, you investigated there too, right?
We did, yes.
Anything good and interesting?
Well, just kind of the same as Manila. We had a few personal experiences. We still have a ton of evidence review to go over. So, and anyone that's ever investigated knows, I have 12 hours of audio that I need to listen to, and we had an 8-channel DVR running all day and all night. So, like hundreds of hours of video to watch.
Definitely. I got some of those too. You want to go through mine too?
Right. Right. Actually, Rob, my teammate, was like, "You're making me take the DVR home this time." And I was like, yeah, because I have master's degree homework I have to work on too. And he was like, okay.
You definitely got to get your master's working on.
Yes. Yes.
Definitely. Okay. And your group, how did you form your group? Were you guys friends beforehand, or?
No, actually, it's a really funny story. I actually just posted just a couple days ago was our 2-year anniversary of actually meeting for the first time. We met at an event in Malvern. We were both there, and when I go to big things with a lot of people, I tend to hang in the background. I don't like to be in the crowd. So I showed up on the break time on when everyone was eating dinner. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of was sneaking around down in the Shadow Man hallway, where it was nice and quiet, and sitting down there by myself. And he comes down and pokes his head out around the corner and was like, "Oh my God, there's somebody down here." I was like, "Yes, I'm real." And we got to chatting, and we've just, kept in contact after that and started investigating together. Really, for both of us, that night that we met was really our first big investigation ever. And it just kind of exploded. We were like, we need to do this more often. And then pretty soon we were chatting and we need to make a team. And he was like, all right. So we picked a name. And then the next time I saw him, he brought me t-shirts with the team name on them. And I was like, does this mean we're official?
I know I've been watching a few of your videos, and you guys seem like you click real good together. Some teams you watch, they just don't quite click to do the investigation, but you guys really click together to be a team.
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know if there's some sort of past life thing that had happened between. I don't know. I feel like he was a cousin or a brother in another lifetime. The one that you love to hate. I can really make fun of him, and then when it comes down to it and we have to be serious, we really take care of each other. So
yeah,
it works out really well.
Yeah, I like teams that click real good and can investigate and not argue between each other.
Right.
Now, Gettysburg, you just did photos, basically. You really didn't investigate there, or?
No, we really didn't investigate. They closed the park down at 10 p.m., and they're pretty strict about it. So we were only there for the one day. We actually met Rob out there. He had a family wedding to go to that was in Gettysburg. So he was already there. We met him there, picked him up, did the touristy thing, and then took off to our first location.
Well, that's cool. And the other location was Pennhurst, right?
Yes, Pennhurst Asylum in Spring Hill, Pennsylvania.
Love Pennsylvania.
Yeah, except when it's 50 degrees and raining.
Yeah, that's true. My brother lives out in
beautiful
Harrisburg.
Out there.
Yeah, my brother lives out there.
We drove through Harrisburg.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. I would move out there if it wasn't so cold and rainy.
We get along better when he's out there and I'm here, but...
Oh, yeah. There's that.
Definitely, but... No, I've been trying to get out there so I could get to Gettysburg, but just money situation just hasn't worked out real well right now.
Right.
But another place, Edinburgh. You've investigated there quite a bit.
Yeah, we've been there 4 or 5 different times. I think this last time was just 3 or 4 weeks ago we were there. And Rob is a part of the Mustang Club in Sioux City.
Oh, okay.
So we actually drove across the state of Iowa with the Mustang Club. So we pulled into Edinburgh Manor with 20-something Mustangs, and everyone did the history tour, and then they all left, and we stayed to investigate. So...
Yep, I think we're lost, yeah. I think we've lost her for a second. meanwhile, try to get her back here.
Are we back?
I can hear you. Oh, lost you again. There we are.
Are you there?
There you are.
Yay! Okay. Sorry about that. There's thunderstorms rolling through, so I think it's messing with everything.
Yeah. We have Fred Schoshenberg Jr. in here.
Yeah, hi Fred.
And we got Shay in here, of course, and Matt, and Wolf, and
Hi guys.
let's see, just double checking, make sure that, and we got Darren in here. I'm trying to give my shout outs, so I know I'll forget later.
Yeah,
But
no worries.
I don't see no questions yet. If anybody's got any questions,
Okay.
post them and I'll ask them for you.
Absolutely.
So, Edinburgh, do you feel like there's something dark in the basement? I've noticed a lot of people saying that, but I never feel. I feel, heaviness, but not a dark
Right.
feeling.
Yeah, I always feel like that's such a loaded question. I think that a lot of people are looking for something dark to make it scary.
I think so too.
And I guess that I'm the wrong person to ask. I've never encountered anything that I thought was really dark ever anywhere that I've investigated. Even at Hinsdale with all of the stuff that went down there, I got that heavy feeling in the second floor in the bedrooms, like that heavy, kind of hard to breathe, pit of your stomach feeling. But I never ever felt threatened or like something was trying to hurt me or was, really evil or anything like that. I think that just like people on this earth, real people on this earth, there is good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
They might be mean or ornery or trying to get a rise out of you, but I don't necessarily think that they're all evil.
Nah, I just think if you're cranky in life, you're probably cranky in death.
Right. Right. And I can get along with cranky people in life, so why shouldn't I be able to in death? It'll be fine.
Yeah, I've all the times I've been at Edinburgh, I've just got that heavy feeling in certain rooms. And certain rooms, I'll get a real bad headache, and as soon as I leave, it's gone. So, but
right.
I never have felt evil in any places I've been yet. So,
yeah, I've been asked that a lot about Malvern too in the shadow hallway. There's something evil down there. I know there is. You have to have had experience it. And I'm like, I don't think that it's evil. Is it grouchy? Yeah. Does it want you to leave? Probably. But
it doesn't want to be bothered.
Right.
Yeah, Allison was down by that hallway, and I was taking my SLS camera down, and something knocked it out of my hand. I was just walking fine, then all of a sudden it went flying to the floor, and Allison's kind of like a sensitive, intuitive, and she says, it doesn't want us down there. And I said, fine, we'll respect that, and we'll move on, but I got to pick all my equipment up. It all went everywhere. He could have been nice.
Yeah, don't leave that. Right. Well, it had to let you know somehow.
Yeah, and Allison, once she left that hallway, she was fine after that. She just got sick to her stomach and everything, and she says it does not want us down there. So we respected it. We didn't go down there at all that night.
Right.
But let's see. Got my notes here. Okay, what is one of your favorite spots besides Melbourne? We already know Melbourne is. But
I'm going to get restricted on that every time I'm on a podcast now.
Hey, there's nothing wrong about Melbourne being your favorite. But since you've been to some new places or anything, has it changed your mind a little bit on some of the places that might be your favorite?
Hinsdale is definitely right up there right now for me, just because of the amount of activity we were getting. You know, you could go into a place and get one little knock in 12 hours and have to leave, and you'd call it a successful investigation. But,
Right.
you know, we were there and getting stuff almost nonstop all night long. And, you know, who knows what's on the DVR from when we were sleeping. So, yeah, Hinsdale is right up there. I really want to go back and spend more time there. Penhurst is right up there just for the creepy urbex factor. I have never been in a location that is like that before. It was amazing. Just the sheer size of the campus and how much overgrown the buildings were. There were 18 buildings on the campus, and they're all connected by tunnels. And there were a few buildings that you could barely see the roof peeking out of the trees because the forest had grown so much around them. And it was only closed down in 1997 was when they closed the door. Yeah.
And it was already overgrown in spots. What is your most intense place? Not saying evil or anything, but the most intense place that you've been to?
Well, besides Malvern, I would have to say probably Hinsdale. Again, we did some kind of crazy experiments there and got a lot of good results from them. So we did one where, so my teammate Rob, he doesn't like the Ouija board at all. He refuses to touch it. He's just now okay with touching the outside of the box if I ask him to go get it for me. So we're having baby steps here. But we got out the Ouija board and we had out some pictures as trigger objects. We had a picture of the priest that did the cleansing, the psychic that was with him, and then we had a picture of Ed and Lorraine Warren set out. I was blindfolded and doing a Ouija board session, and Rob wasn't blindfolded, and he had. Have you ever used the app that prints the words? It's got the blue hand.
Yes,
it's kind of like an obulus. Yeah. So he had that up. So he was reading words, and we were doing the Ouija board thing, and like I was feeling things touch me because I was blindfolded and couldn't see anything. And at one point, it felt like something almost lit a match under my hand, like I got a really hot spot on one of my hands. And as all of this is going on, and I can feel the planchette moving, which it never moved to anything like significant on the board.
Right.
But on that app, he kept getting things like, "Don't be scared, be brave," and he was freaking out. So it was like they were saying, "It's okay to do this. You're okay." So that was a really fun experiment to do. I want to do some more of that kind of stuff.
I'm not against the Ouija board, but I don't use it because when I was younger and we had a slumber party and we had a bad experience with it because we didn't know what we were doing and stuff.
Right.
So I haven't touched it since, but I have nothing against them. Because a lot of people I know use them and stuff, and that bad experience is still in the back of my mind, and I'm just not ready yet.
Yeah.
So.
For me, it's just another, it's just like using a digital recorder. It's just another tool.
Just another
as long
tool.
as long as you use it properly.
Yep. I'll agree with you. It's just that one bad experience for me.
But yeah, I know a lot of people that actually don't follow us or won't come to our events because of it. So, which is fine. I don't want to force anything on anybody, but
talking about your events, the event you're talking about at Melbourne, you're going to be doing classes and stuff or something. When is that, and what's all going to happen there?
So that is actually next Saturday, June 1st.
Cool.
And we have a bunch of talent coming in for this one. So we've got Maddie Smith, if she's still in the chat. Super excited to see her. We've got the Paranormal Project boys from Chicago are coming down. They are working on a paranormal documentary series, like mini series thing right now. Okay. We've got Johnny Hauser will be there.
Love
so he's
Johnny.
Kind of a staple. Yes, great guy. And then we've got Chris Smith from the Tennessee Wraith Chasers coming up to the event, and it'll be his first time at Malvern.
Cool.
So I'm really excited about that.
Cool.
Then yes, we will have a couple of classes. One class is like a paranormal investigating 101. So we'll talk about some of the basic equipment, how to conduct an investigation, like being respectful and time stamping, like all of the really basic rules. And then the other really short class is going to be some more of the intuitive type of investigation tools. So crystals, pendulum, scrying, and then Ouija boards are thrown in there. And they're both really short classes. It's not anything super in depth.
Right.
But, a lot of people that come to events have never done anything like this before, and they have no idea where to even start or how to do it. So
right. It helps out.
We thought it would be a good idea. Yeah.
Definitely. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it should be a really good time. There's 2 tickets left. If anybody's watching and wants to go, 2 tickets.
Well, my money's going for this weekend. So
Yeah.
Okay, and what is your favorite piece of equipment that you use the most?
My personal favorite is my pendulum. I have been using the same one since I started investigating, and it is just fantastic. Some of the results we've gotten from it are just, I have no words. And I think it's really opened a lot of people's eyes as far as like what's possible with that. Mm-hmm. Because when Rob and I first started investigating together, we were really tech-based, like the digital recorder and the IR cameras and, all of this tech and meters and all of that. And one night I was like, hey, I have this pendulum. Do you want to try it out? And he's like, well, yeah, but I don't think that's anything that, like, I don't believe that it works, right? Type of thing. Well, then we started using it and got some really good results with it. So we kind of kept using it, and we've started using it in conjunction with some of the other tech. And it just is really great. Cool.
Madison says, they're awesome. Sarah got me started with them.
I did. Yeah, I make pendulums. So I wrap the stones and put a chain on them. So if anybody wants a pendulum, hit me up, or Madison. I taught Madison how to wrap stones. So she makes her own pendulums now and sells them at cons. Yeah.
I've always wanted to learn how the proper way of doing it, but I just haven't had anybody show me yet.
Yeah, it's not very difficult. Maybe we can get together sometime and I'll show you how.
Sure. And Darren wants to know how much the 2 tickets are.
I think they're 85 plus fees per ticket, so I think it comes out to be like around $91 a piece.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. You've investigated Ashmore Estates?
We did, yeah.
That's one of our bucket lists we want to go to. We just haven't made it there.
That was a really fun night. We went the weekend before Halloween last year.
Oh.
They had a night open up, which is really rare for that to happen, and they kind of like put it out on Facebook and said first $500 gets it, and we got it. And yeah, it reminded me a lot of Edinburgh, just the way that the building is laid out, and the history is very similar. It's got that same sort of history. But yeah, really amazing building. I actually experienced more on the property than I did inside the building. Was able to see, I was on the 3rd floor looking out a window, and there's a really large tree on the back side of the building. kind of by where the cemetery area is. And I saw a little shadow person peek out from behind the tree at me. So then we had to go out there and investigate. It was cold and windy. Yeah.
Definitely have to go check that one out. But
yes.
And you've been to the squirrel cage. We're going there in September, I believe.
Yeah, we've been to the squirrel cage quite a bit as well. It's just right in our backyard in Council Bluffs.
Right.
Had a lot of great experiences there. We actually got the best EVP we've ever gotten anywhere from the squirrel cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was at a public investigation. There were 20 people running around, and there's a couple ladies that are talking in one of the cells, and you hear this voice come through and whisper, "We're down here too."
Oh,
just clear as day. It's really, really cool. And the history there is amazing, and they've done such a good job of preserving that place to be able to go through it like you can. It's really cool.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Darren has a question. What's the one place that you haven't been to that you're itching to go to?
All of them.
Yeah, that's me.
I just want to go everywhere. I really need to make it to Waverly Hills. That's right up there. I want to go to the Ledger Hotel in California just because I don't know if you saw a few weeks ago, I got some audio from a team that was investigating there. And
I found it, but I hadn't listened to it yet. I was going to listen to it.
Yeah,
I hadn't got to it yet.
It's a really short audio clip. It's like 6 seconds. And I don't even know who the team is that was investigating there. I have no idea, but they knew somebody in Iowa who knew me and sent me this clip, and they say my name. Like clear as day. Sarah Stream. Yep. So I'm like, maybe I should go and see what's going on out there.
I think it's calling you.
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought here. Okay. Besides your bucket list, I think you said on Chuck's interview you'd like to go across overseas. What was the place you were talking about?
Well, for sure, I want to go to like a castle in Edinburgh, Scotland.
Oh,
and do like the underground tunnel tours there. I want to go check out the castles in Transylvania. The Suicide Forest in Japan would be amazing.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. And I want to go to Chernobyl. And that's really more of an urbex photography bucket list thing. But I'm sure there's paranormal stuff going on there. There has to be like weird things happening.
When you were at Farrar, did you get to sit in the isolation booth?
Yeah, actually, Will's going to kill me for this. And he already knows. But Will sets it all up, right? And he says, everybody stay out of there until I can watch. And I snuck in there when nobody was looking. So, yeah, I got to sit in the isolation room in the boiler room. And it was fairly quiet. I felt like there was something standing over me, but I didn't feel threatened or anything. But yeah, it was a really good experience.
Yeah, I finally got to go my first time there on Halloween night. And I could see the shadow going by me, like he didn't want me in there, but just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then I felt something like behind me, but then my time was up and I was out before I could figure out what was behind me.
Yeah. Actually, my best experience there was in the auditorium. My first time there was at the 2-day detention last summer. And we were there when it was thunderstorming, like really bad thunderstorms and flooding and just dumping rain. And so we were in the auditorium and, it's dark outside and the lightning's flashing through the windows. And we kept seeing a shadow figure in the corner every time a light would flash. And it would jump around to different corners.
Uh-huh.
And then we saw these balls of light that looked like you would see an orb on an IR camera or something floating
Right.
around, but it was with my own eyes. There were just these little balls of light that would float across the floor, or they'd float across the ceiling. It was really cool.
Love for Nick Simmons is in here.
What's up, buddy? He's actually who was with me at Farrar in the auditorium. It was just me and him sitting in there watching all this stuff happen.
Yeah. Let's see. One more place that you've investigated was the Railroad Museum in Council Bluffs.
Yeah. So
I love
that
the pictures
place,
of the place.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I love just taking pictures and catching the history of everything. But that place was a rail depot in the early 1900s. I'm sorry, my children are fighting. Hey, you guys, stop, please. Stop fighting, please. Sorry. So yeah, rail station, when railroads were the main form of transportation around here, and there's definitely activity going on there. It's a really neat place to go. They have some old train cars in the rail yard just outside the depot, so you can go out and investigate in the cars themselves.
Oh,
it's really
cool.
neat.
Cool. And Darren, my dream place would be, I want to go to Waverly. I'm sorry, I got to get to Waverly sometime. And I want to talk about your photographs.
Sure.
You do portraits, events, investigations, whatever, for a fee, which is fine. No problem. I'll tell you, you do good portraits. I've been through your pages.
Oh, thank you.
And I love your photos of those sceneries, like Gettysburg. I love your photos of it because I could be looking in your photo and it's look like I'm looking. They are so, like you're standing right there and looking out over them. I love your photos.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I have a lot of fun taking them. It's turned into kind of like my therapy now. I can, even the editing part, like I'll go out and take pictures and it's really fun exploring and all of that. And then I can come home and just, like, when I'm done with my homework and my kids are in bed, I can just turn everything off and edit photos, and it makes me feel better.
I'll tell you, you are a very good photographer. People
Thank
need
you.
to go check out your page on that.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
I got a shaky hand. I couldn't take a good picture if I wanted to. That's why I give my camera when we're on ghost hunts. Let somebody else take the pictures because I'm going to get it blurry and it's going to look like something's there and there's nothing there.
Yeah, I get that way. If I get too cold, I start shivering. And I'm like, don't give me the flashlight because you'll have a strobe light.
Hey, I found that strobe lights work pretty good on investigations sometimes.
They do, yeah. We actually have a couple that we use.
I use that with my laser grid too, both of them, like in two different corners, and you get weird things going on in there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Parabollium busters a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so Paraboli Busters is a group of paranormal teams from all around the country, and I've heard a lot of people kind of not necessarily talking bad, but just like para-unity is not a real thing. Everyone just fights over their stuff, and I have never been a part of a group like this before where para-unity is so apparent. Everyone is so helpful and they just want to get the word out.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's for a good cause. And we're partnered with the Stomp Out Bullying campaign, which is the national campaign to help stop bullying in schools. So, you know, what we're doing is legitimate. We're not just, you know, some crazy group of people that are like, yeah, stop bullying. We're actually partnering with the real people. But we've got teams from coast to coast in on this. And we're just really trying to get the word out.
Yeah, I know what bullying's like. I was bullied all the way through high school, so I know where some of these people are coming from, and I agree with back and everything on that. Trying to get stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And even in the paranormal community, there's parabullying,
Oh
which
yeah.
really it's not our main focus for the Paranormal Bully Busters. We're more focused on getting help to the kids in schools that need it, or the communities that need it. But the bullying happens in the paranormal community as well.
It happens everywhere. It happens at
Yeah.
work. It happens everywhere. Yep.
Right.
We just need to get it to stop.
Right. Everyone just needs to get over it and get along. That's all that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Get along.
I'll agree with you. I'll agree. Well, why don't you tell them how to find a lot of your pages so they can know where to go to and.
Sure. So the first one, the Paranormal Bully Busters, we have our own Facebook page. If there is a team that's out there, or even just someone that's interested in the paranormal that wants to get involved and be a part of it, just go to our page. We have the country divided up into regions right now, so you can sign up under your region. Just look for wherever you live, sign up on that post. For me personally, if you want to follow me on Instagram or Facebook, I don't care. I'm open to it, whatever. I'm Parastreamer. That's where you can find me. My photography is Sarah Stream Photography. If you search that, Instagram, Facebook. And then our team is Paranormania, which is sometimes hard to spell. And some people, like my teammate, can't say it very well. But yeah, come find us on Paranormania. We do a lot of crazy stuff. We're always on the move and going. I feel like I told Rob just a couple weeks ago, I was like, next year we need to limit our investigations to 2 a month. And he was like, yeah, I think we do. Because we've got like one every weekend almost. And we've got them booked out to the end of the year. I've got stuff every weekend until November.
I wished I did.
So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on.
You're busy. When do you sleep?
I usually get 4 or 5 hours a night. That's what I get.
Gee.
Yeah, unless I'm on the road for a week to Pennsylvania, and then I don't get that much sleep.
Right. Anybody out there got any questions for Sarah while we're still on here?
Oh,
yes.
If we need to kill some time, we've got an event that I just posted in October at the Squirrel Cage Jail. If anybody wants to come out, we're doing our 2nd annual Flaming Pumpkin Fest out there. So we actually light pumpkins on fire at the courthouse, and it's pretty awesome. And then we have a public investigation at the Squirrel Cage. So, yeah.
That sounds good.
That's
I have
good.
to check my calendar.
It is October 12th.
I have to check the calendar.
I believe that's a Saturday night.
But yeah, like I said, I love your photos, and I've been going through some of your videos, live streams and stuff, and I was trying to catch everything, but I've been kind of busy myself this week, and it's like kind of behind.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, we have a lot of stuff going on. Really, really busy. We're having a lot of fun doing it too. Just out traveling. We have a third member on our team, Thomas Hunsicker. He's kind of our cameraman. He's not in a lot of our live videos or our photos. We always joke he's kind of like Wilson from Home Improvement. Do you remember Wilson, the guy behind the fence? You never saw his face? Yeah, that's him. He's always behind a camera. He never wants to be on camera. But he's our third stooge. So he follows us around.
Let's see, how much do you usually charge for a public investigations, and how long do they go? It's from Darren.
Well, it really depends on the talent and the location. So like the one in June is a little more expensive, $85 for a ticket, but we have, a lot of big names coming in for that one. At the Squirrel Cage Jail event, I think those tickets are $25, which is not bad at all.
No.
We're going to have an open house before you can do the history tour of the jail. We'll have snacks and candy and, all the fun stuff. We're going to light pumpkins on fire. And then the investigation itself is going to be like from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we got Jen B. It just popped in. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Yeah. Those sound really fun events. Don't you have one coming up in Melbourne with Chuck Banks going be there?
We do, yeah. August 17th is the Chuck Banks event. And actually overnight tickets for that event are already sold out, but we're having a mini con during the day. So if you just want to come hang out at Malvern in the afternoon for a few hours, Chuck will be there doing a book signing and some of his psychic readings and stuff like that. Josh Hurd will be there with his books. We'll have some merch there. We're going to hang out. We'll do the Para 101 classes again and just have a good time. And the daytime tickets are $5. So just come hang out for a couple hours for $5 and explore the manor and meet Chuck Banks and Josh Hurd, and everybody can look and laugh at Rob, and it'll be a fun time.
We can handle that one.
Yeah.
Now, on your photographs, you when you do investigations with people, you just go and you just go and take pictures, or do you investigate with them too, or?
Well, it really depends on what they want. I am a super laid back, go with the flow type person. So if you want me to come in and just take pictures of your team at the location, I will do that. If you want me to come in and follow you around while you're investigating and take like action shots of you investigating, totally do that too. If you want me to put my camera down for a little while and investigate with you, I'm up for that.
Oh, definitely on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, just whatever. I tend to have this really bad habit of either being a photographer or an investigator. So if I have my camera in my hand, I'm not really investigating. I have to put my camera down to be able to investigate.
So if you go along, they're going to have to tell you, set the camera over here now.
Yep, that's exactly right. Otherwise, I'll just follow you around and take pictures all night.
Nothing wrong with taking pictures, but
yeah. Although I will tell you, I've caught some weird stuff in pictures just from following people around. So you never know.
Let's see. Madison says she's taken some pretty awesome pictures of me at a few places.
Yeah, I've taken a lot of pictures of Madison. Actually, I follow her around with the camera everywhere I go.
I got to meet Madison at Manila too. And I follow her on Facebook a lot. I've been going to try to get a message to her and see if she could be on our show, too. I just haven't got around to that part yet.
Well, there you go. Yeah, Madison's super great. She's like my little para sister.
Oh, yeah. I love her new show that she's got out. I got to listen to it finally, and I hope she does pretty good on that.
Oh, yeah, she's doing great. I think she's doing great anyway. I might be biased, but...
Darren has another question.
Sure.
Hey, Sarah, can you use a digital voice recorder during Melbourne tours?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Even just for the day tours, if you want to carry a recorder around with you. Sometimes you catch the best stuff when you're not even trying. Just carrying stuff around with you.
I've been to, like, the Paracon thing that they had at Farrar and a few others. I always carry my recorder and my K2 with me. You just never know while you're walking around.
You never know. Yep.
Yeah,
it's always good to be prepared.
Definitely. is there anything else that you could think of that we might have missed?
I don't think so. I think I've talked about everywhere I've been and everywhere I want to go and all of my pictures and the fun stuff that we do. So
I think so. I tried to. It
yeah.
doesn't help when my partner's not here. I'm trying to keep an eye
We
on
survived
chat.
though.
Yes, we
Yeah.
did. For my second time by myself, I did pretty good.
Yeah.
So,
for everybody out there, go follow us on Facebook, on Instagram. So the trip we went on last week, actually, we filmed the whole time we were out there. So we're putting together a documentary. So that will be coming soon. I'm not going to give a due date because we don't know.
Yeah,
Takes a lot of time to edit, but
you got to get that editing and stuff in there. And,
yeah. But it's going to be super awesome. So we're really excited to put it out for everybody.
I can't wait to watch it.
If you saw some of the blooper pictures that Thomas pulled from production stills, there's some pretty funny pictures. It's kind of ridiculous, actually.
Oh, so tell them one more time how to find you, and then we'll probably just call it a night.
All right, sounds good. So Facebook and Instagram, I am Paris Streamer. My pictures are Sarah Stream Photography, and then my team is Paranormania.
All right. Sorry, guys. I'm going to have to cut this a little short. If you can hear it in the background, my puppy's not happy. Yeah, it's time for the polka music. My puppy loves polka music. He goes to sleep.
Oh, nice. Nice. I wish my kids did that. Be nice.
Definitely. I'll have you hang on for a second, and we'll get this ended here. And
Thank you for listening to REP Paranormal and Friends. Be sure to check out Kim and Allison on Facebook at REP Paranormal Busters.